preschoolers think very differently than adults. Preschoolers are driven by their feelings. The number one mistake that adults make in working with kids is using logic too much. Let me ask you, how does it work with your youngsters? Come on, Bobby, eat your corn so you grow up to be big and strong. Does he start eating his corn right away? Okay, let's go to bed so you can be rested and have a good day tomorrow. Your kids are having a fight. It's important to share. Now you had a turn, now give Susie a turn. You know, Mom, you're right. Okay, Susie, you can have a turn. Kids don't respond to logic. They're not driven by logic. As adults, we prize logic, and it just seems so self-evidently true that we stick with it. But it doesn't work with little kids. What does work is related to their feelings, because preschoolers are driven by their feelings. To grasp this a little bit more, think of a sailboat. A sailboat with no crew, or maybe a sailboat with an untrained crew. What happens to that boat when the wind blows hard? Where does it go? It goes wherever the wind pushes it. I'm not suggesting that preschoolers are in a perpetual state of emotional extreme. Most of the time they're doing okay. But when the emotions come roaring in like a storm, that little one goes wherever the feelings take them. And if you understand that, it'll help you quite a bit. Let me give you an example of how logic doesn't work with preschoolers. My son was 4 years old, a normal, active 4-year-old boy. He needed a haircut. He couldn't sit still. My wife and I said all the obvious logical reasons why you should sit still in a haircut. Sweethearts, if you sit still, we'll get done sooner and you'll be able to play again. Makes perfect sense to me. You need to sit still because Mommy doesn't want to cut you accidentally. That would hurt you a lot. That makes perfect sense to me too. But it didn't work. He was trying to sit still, but he couldn't. So finally, I walked over to the other side of the room. I pretended to pick up a pill bottle. I said, Sam, this is a bottle of statue pills. I unscrewed the imaginary cover. I emptied 2 pills into my hand. I went over and I grabbed a real cup that was empty. I said, here you go. Take these 2 statue pills and wash it down with this invisible water. So he pops it in his mouth and he drinks it. He sat back in the chair and sat perfectly still for the rest of the haircut.